Ordering decimals and fractions. Order the given numbers from least to greatest. So notice we're given some decimals and some fractions in each problem. So one way that we could compare them, usually the easiest way, is to write any fractions as decimals. So on A, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line them up vertically so their decimal points match up. So we have 0.67. Let's wait a second on 2/3. I'm going to take the 0.66, line it up, and I'm going to leave some space for 2/3. Okay. So 2/3, 2 divided by 3, is 6's that go on forever. Okay. Now we don't need to write all these 6's. We couldn't actually even write every 6 here if we tried, but we're going to go out at least one decimal place past the ones we already have. So 6, 7, and 6, 6 are hundredths place, so we're going to go to the thousandths place. And now I'm going to fill in, since these decimals terminate, that means all the numbers after them are 0. We just don't write them. So I'm going to put in zeros there, and that way we can compare these numbers. Okay. So now we don't even, since they're to the same decimal place, the same number of digits, we don't even have to think of them as thousands, which they are. We could just think of them as whole numbers. So 670, 666, 660. Which is the smallest? Well, 660 is the smallest, so I'm going to label that with a 1. Then 666 is the next largest number, and 670 is the third largest number. Okay, so again, the 2/3 does go on forever with all of the 6's, but this is all we needed to compare. Also beware of a common misconception. Sometimes people think, well, all of these 6's out here, they're really, really small, so this is a small number. Well, those 6's may be small, but even this 1 6 makes it bigger than 0.66. Okay, so you have to just look out to a common decimal place value, and we'll put the ordering here. So first 0.66, and we should use 2/3 because that's the exact number. This is an approximation. And then 0.67. Let's look at the next one. Okay, again, I'm going to leave the fraction for last, so the 1/3, we'll do that in a minute. Okay, now let's make sure we line them up. So we have 0.333, 0.33, and 0.34. Okay, and let me put the 1/3 on the bottom. I don't think I left enough room. So if we have 1/3, that is 0.3333 forever. Okay, we don't want to write all of them. Notice this goes to the thousandths place. Let's make these all go to the thousandths place. So I'm going to add a 0 to 0.33 and 0.340, and we want to go one digit past the largest, or smallest in this case, place value, the one furthest to the right. So for 1/3, it's 3's forever, but I'm going to go out 4 decimal places, and then I'm going to insert zeros at the end of these, so they all have the same amount of digits. Okay, so this is 3,330 10,000s, 3,300 10,000s, 3,400 10,000s, 3,333 10,000s. So let's just ignore the 10,000s because it's hard to say and it complicates things. So we're just going to look at these numbers. In the tenths, they're all the same. Okay. In the hundredths place, notice 4 is bigger than these 3's. So I know that this is the largest. So that's the 4th largest number in the list. Now I don't have to pay attention to that, okay, because I already have it ordered. Now if I go to the next place value, we have 2. Oh, we're done with this one. Let's put a little red line so we know we finished this one. Okay. In the next place value, I have a 3, a 0, and a 3. So that means the one with the 0 is smaller compared to these two. Okay, so that means the one with the 0 in the hundredths place is the smallest. So this is our first number. Let's cross it out so we know we've compared them. And then looking at the first number and the last number, their first 3 digits are the same. but 3 is bigger than 0. So that means this is our second largest number with a 0. And our third largest number with the 3. Okay. Again, the 3's go on forever, but all we needed to determine that was 4 decimal places. So now let's put these in order. The smallest, the original way we wrote this was 0.33, comma. The second one is 0.333. Next was this one, but remember that was 1/3. It's the third largest, and then 0.34. Okay. Let's look at the next one. So here we have the 1 fraction, 5/9. I'm going to write the decimals first. So 0.5, 0.56, and 0.55. Okay. Now let's put in our 0 placeholders before we look up 5/9. So we want to go 1 digit past the largest amount of digits, so we'll add zeros here. And to 0.5, we'd need to add 2 zeros. So now they all have 3 digits to the right of the decimal. We're going to find 5/9, and that is a bunch of 5s forever. Again, here it's rounding. We don't need all of these. We only need to go 3 decimal places. Okay, we're not rounding. We're just going to write the exact number, 0.555. Okay, so now we can just compare 500, 560, 550, 555. Okay, so the smallest of all of these is 500. Okay, and they're all the same in the tens place. Here we have 0. We can also see here that 6 is bigger than these two 5s, so 0.56 is the largest. So I'm going to label that number 4, the fourth in the list. And now comparing the last two, they're the same in the tens and hundredths, but in the thousands place, you can see that 0.55 is smaller, 0.55 is bigger. So 0.55 is the second number, and 0.555, actually forever, because this is 5/9, is the third largest number. So that gives us 0.5, 0.55, 0.555, remember that's an approximation for 5/9, so I'm going to put 5/9 and then 0.56. Okay. Now finally we have this one. It has 2 fractions in it. We're going to do the decimals, but something we could use if we wanted to. Notice 1/8 is smaller than 1/7. They have the same numerator. Dividing, if you had a pizza divided in 8 pieces, the slices would be smaller than if you divided into 7 pieces. But we'll just go with our decimal strategy. So first let's write the ones we know, 0.14, 0.143. Now let's get 1/7 to 4 decimal places. So 1428. Again, I'm not rounding. 0.1428. I want to start putting in the placeholders. So this was 1/7, and then 1/8 is 0.125. So 1/8 actually terminates. Just going to make it red so we remember what it refers to, and we should put a placeholder 0. Okay. So now just looking at 1400, 1430, 1428, and 1250. Well, 1250 is the smallest, and that referred to 1/8, so that's our first number. Just going to start writing our list here. Okay, now we've done that one. Next, the 1s and 4s line up on all of these. The third place value, this first number has a 0, so it's the next smallest. So that's 0.14. So now we've done this one. And comparing these two, in the third place digit, this has 2, this has 3. 2 is smaller. And that's our third number, which is 1/7. And our largest number must be 0.143. And we're all done.